Okay, and welcome to part 2 of day trading and resistance lines. As we left off with yesterday's video, I showed you how my day trading lines actually help me to trade and how they actually can help you the same way they have helped me for years. As a quick overview before I get to show you how to chart these day trading lines, I want you to see again where I made these. Remember where I made these green lines yesterday? Again, they're playing a role in today's action. Also, look at the purple line. The purple line was yesterday. That was also on yesterday's video as well. Look at where the stock actually opened below this purple line, but actually coming through and above, getting to this green line, finding small resistance before hitting right above, finding resistance here, support here, boom, broke right above, right here on this orange line. The orange line, I believe, was in yesterday's video as well, still playing an important role. Traded right above this, traded right to this line and then broke above, and notice how it offered it support here before going much higher, support much higher. And again, these lines, they work time and time again. You do not have to chart lines this close as I did. So there's a different, there's different ways of doing it. You pick the way that works comfortably for you. This one works comfortably for me because I always see the pricing action and how my lines actually work. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get into how to chart these lines for your first time. Okay, so just had to log into another account so I can actually show you how to write these day trading lines as well. So we're going to start with today's action, and what I'm going to do is throughout this training videos that I'll do, I'll keep using this same chart to not confuse you and go back to my other chart, or I'm sorry, my other account. So what we're going to do is we see nice pricing action right here. This will be a good place to actually place a day trading line. This yellow line that's here, I actually set this chart up to actually again chart the close of the previous day. So that's where this yellow line is. So I'm not going to move it. I'm going to leave it because it helps me when I trade. So I'll know if there's a gap up, where's the gap fill location will be. And of course, this would be your gap fill location. Alright, so I charted this line here, like this line here. Okay. Now, the reason why I chose these lines here is because I like the touches. I like the touches here. I like these touches here. And I also like the touches here. Now, I could have played it in a little bit more, but I don't like the touches in this location. I like these right here. This touch right here looks good to me. This touch right here is good to me. I like these touches. So my line, my line that, or my level that I would draw would be here. For here, I'm using this red line here as a level, another red line here, and this green line here, not this longer green line, but I like that here. It also matches up with this area here. So I try to grab a line that matches up with the area right next to it, and those will pretty much be my lines that I would actually do. So there we go. We have that line, we have this line. My next line I like this level here. I'll tell you why I like this level here. I like this level here because of the top here, and of course, again, look at these touches. Also like this pricing here, and look at this, dump above, right back down. I like this touch here. I like this break. It actually jumped off the 200-day moving average. Actually jumped off the 200-day here too as well. You can also day trade with the 20-day, 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day as well. But I do not do it as much. I pretty much use the lines that I'm actually drawing now. I usually use the 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day only when I'm using the daily chart. I use those a lot when I'm using the daily charts. Okay, so we got those charted there. I'm also going to chart this top here. Like the pricing action here. There's a touch, there's a touch. All right. Just looking for my next level. This level looks good. I can chart it, and I think I probably will. I like it. It's chartable. But again, remember when I was talking about the previous video from yesterday, the lines that have the most pricing action, I would usually color those. So let's color these because these actually mean a lot. I wouldn't color this one because it's not too significant at this point. But I will color this only because this is my first time trading this. I'm sorry, not trading this, but this is my first time charting this, and this is a top, and notice how it had trouble getting up above this level, so I'm going to chart that as brown. Any other spots I can do? No, I do not like this one. Can I chart the bottom of this part? I possibly can. We'll do that just for namesakes. Yeah, I mean, this point here looks good. This point here looks good. This little drop here looks good. This looks good. This drop here again looks good. And of course this looks good too. We're actually going to color that important. I actually like that. I like that. Let's see, what color haven't I used? We'll use the purple line. Okay. So that's my first chart. Let's switch over to the daily chart. Now again, when you do these day trading lines like this, only for, well, for me, only for SPY, I'm not able to really chart the daily as I would with support and resistance. I can only do it for the minute chart because again, this chart will start to get crowded with all the lines that you actually create, And remember, these lines will help you. So if you need to, there's always an option here, draw lines. You can always hide these. It says none. You can hide them, and you could, just pretty much look at where, your support and resistance would be. Here's a gap right here. This gap will actually be nice. Let's go back to my charting. But I mean, you can do the lines or the line drawings to help you look around to potentially see where a nice support and resistance is for SPY on a daily chart. But I'm actually going to show all, and since we're on this chart, this level right here is important. Notice the gap. There's a gap here, no gap fill here. We're actually going to color this red, and color that red because that's going to tell us how important that line is as a gap fill. Of course, you may not remember that this is a gap fill, but you'll know that this is important, and you'll wonder why. So you'll actually back up the chart, go to your minute chart, go to your 3-minute chart, 15-minute chart, and so on, to find out why you've actually colored that red if you don't remember. I found myself doing that a lot as well, because I do have so many lines, so I have to find out which ones are important, which ones aren't. But then again, the ones that I color really tell me, okay, that's an important level to watch. Alright, so we'll go back to my daily chart. We'll go back to the minute chart. So that's not a bad looking chart. These are your day trading lines. You can trade really good off of these lines. Say you have this line purple now. If stock could not get above this line, chances are the stock will turn over. And you'll see that pricing action just like in this area here. This touch here, with these touches here and this touch here. If this stock did not break above this green line, this could have turned bearish, and it actually could have tested one of your lower support lines if it broke through this level. But again, remember, your levels they hold key. This level looks good. Actually, this is the level that I have on my charting, but again, how you chart it, it will almost come out about the same. Even though I'm not going to chart this level here, this level here and this level here will help me when, as the time goes by. We're going to back up another day. And the only reason why we're going to back up another day is just to see how, for one, the lines line up, and also to maybe chart some uncharted territory like we have here. And actually look at how these line up. This line here, perfect with this line. Now remember, my line was actually here. And it actually hits, it actually does not touch that level. So this is actually really good. I like that level. I probably won't color it, but we'll see. Alright, so that looks good. That looks good. Of course, this looks good. We're going to chart this. Let's chart this bottom here. And again, I like these smaller pricing levels compared to this long bar here. These actually work a lot better, and actually you can probably back this up some to maybe about that point to where these other lines actually match up. You could play with both of those levels, but either one would give you an advantage, so we'll leave that there. We'll chart my next level. Again, reason why I'm charting this one is because you see this pricing level here, this pricing level here, and look at this here. Those will work good. I can actually finish there because I really do not see anything else that looks remotely good. So we'll remove that part. So there we go. We have a couple of lines to choose from, or we have a couple of lines to actually work from. These will actually work good. Now if you want, you can back up even more. You can back up to the 2-minute chart to look at another previous day. Look at this green line still holding up. This line here, it could not break above this line, so of course the stock fell to here. You can actually chart this one. We'll chart this bottom there like that. Actually, either one looks good. We may leave it there. That actually looks pretty good. Let's zoom in a little bit and see what's going on there. Actually, that level will actually work out. Yep. Yeah, that level actually works out. That's actually pretty good. Now, am I gonna color any more lines? I don't know. It just depends on once I get a couple of days more to see how pricing matches up with other levels, then I can actually color more lines. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do the 3-minute charting, but because the stock would actually have a long way to fall in order to get past this point before we start charting again. So let's work with these levels. This is part 2 of my learning how to use day trading lines. Levels is what I like to call them. I'm sorry, levels of interest is what I like to call them. And I'm going to end the video here. So again, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I will answer your question as best as I can. I'll try to use email, or I'll do another video, or maybe a Google Hangout. If you have any other questions and you're not really getting it or anything, again, please excuse the video. This is my second video ever trying to do a learning tutorial. So please forgive me as I'm still learning how to operate, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. But I'm going to end the video here. Hope you enjoyed this second video. The third video will come shortly, probably, hopefully tomorrow I can do the third video. And I'm hoping that you're learning and grasping what I'm actually showing you here. Also, be prepared for other videos on how to look for targets and charting on the daily chart, which will help you out with swing trades whenever you want to do swing trades, either being bearish or being bullish. Gotten pretty good at swing trades. Almost new to me, as I've always day traded and always stuck to day trading. But you can never teach an old dog new tricks, but I learned a new trick. So I want to show you what I've learned, and it's helped me out, and I'm actually pretty good at what I do. So stay tuned for that video. It will be up shortly, and thank you again.